Securities Exchange Board of India. I have never been impressed by the working of this organization. This is supposed to look for the interests of the public shareholders, and it seldom does. I'll give you an example. In the case of NDTV, where they had levied heavy fines against NDTV of course appealed in the SEBI Appellate Tribunal. And somebody who had gone there to watch the proceedings said that SEBI, which is essentially the prosecutor in this case, was actually taking advice from NDTV's lawyers. Essentially, that was a fixed match. So, fixed matches are happening in so many places, in so many different ways. I mean, our judiciary system, where we never know whether your vakil, your lawyer, is pleading for you or for somebody else. Clearly, SEBI has had a very undistinguished, really sad. They are cutting a very sorry figure. And that's what happened in the Mumbai High Court. What happened? Well, it is actually Bombay High Court. They admonished SEBI for not implementing orders against the Times of India group. What happened? And this is a huge story, guys. There are so many shell companies where they have tried to hide their wealth and try to, launder money, tax evasion, you name it. Times of India group, the Jain brothers have done it. That's the allegation of Dr. Subramanian Swamy. I'll give you the details towards the end of this presentation. But before that, please like this video. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. So, what is Bharat Nidhi Limited? Times of India newspapers owners, not just this, but 7 others also, and I'll tell you the names. Bharat Nidhi Limited holds more than 24% of Bennett and Coleman Company Limited, the flagship company of Times of India. It's like the big company, BCCL it's called. Because, Times of India has multiple regional language versions also. All these things come under the BCCL. SEBI needs to act in public interest and must comply with the order of the court in October 2022, says the High Court. That's a typo there, not company, but comply. SEBI was directed by the High Court in October of 2022 to provide certain probe documents to minority shareholders. Essentially, the minority shareholders of Bharat Nidhi Limited, which is a listed company in the stock exchange, they wanted some information. Well, SEBI didn't want to do that, and they appealed along with Bennett in the Supreme Court. And in November, the Supreme Court dismissed the appeals by the company and SEBI. Now the petitioners are minority shareholders of Bharat Nidhi Limited and have made various complaints to SEBI accusing the company of violation of security laws. This is accusing Bharat Nidhi Limited. A show cause notice was then issued by SEBI to the company, resulting in a settlement order that has now been revoked. This is again another thing that SEBI will do. They can't count big, They'll just give a rap on the knuckles and say, okay, you pay this thing and all saath khoon maaf. SEBI on Friday told the High Court that since the settlement order has been revoked, nothing survives in the present petitions. Nevertheless, I told you, right, one wonders whether SEBI is batting for Times of India or for the people. Nevertheless, the bench said that they have been persistent non-compliance and said this was totally unacceptable. The court was quite astonished by the SEBI stand in the present case, so it had to comment in this way. Well, here are the details. Samir Jain and his wife and daughter were fined 35 crores by SEBI in May 2023. And Dr. Swamy had filed a detailed complaint against Jain brothers. This is a big one, guys, big one. Dr. Swamy had filed a detailed complaint against Jain brothers for series of tax violations amounting to over 28,000 crores. And he has written to PM Modi as well as to different probe agencies. What are the 8 shell firms that are listed in that complaint? Bharat Nidhi, the one that we are talking about, Camac Commercial Company Limited, PNB Finance and Industries Limited, Sahu Jain Limited, Ashoka Marketing Limited, Ashoka Viniyoga Limited, Arth Udyog Limited, Combined Holding Limited are listed in the stock exchanges. Bulk of common control and ownership of BCCL and Bennett Property Holding Company, that's another one, BPHCL, lies with the 8 companies listed on regional stock exchanges which are non-functional and are referred to as exclusively listed companies, ELCs, said Swamy, adding that in all these companies, the major shareholders are Jain family members with the same address as that of the Times of India newspaper. no doubts whether these are owned by other people or the TOI group. Look, the legality aspect is one, but how come thousands of crores have been evaded by the TOI group? And immediately, you will say, here it comes again, another one, conspiracy theorist. Guys, we have been writing about TOI for a long time now, 4, 5, 6 years. I mean, I'm kind of a little leery now about what the Modi government can even do. Are they going to send some of these bad guys to jail, or are they going to let people like Pranay Roy just ride off into the sunset with a song on their lips? Pannu bhai mopta chali pam pam pam. I don't know. I really don't know. This is a joke, cruel joke on the people of India. That's all I can say. Kuch logon na khaunga na khane dunga. Nah. I think there is a huge problem here. People say, oh, maybe Prime Minister Modi doesn't know of all these things. He needs to make it a job to know all these things. What are you telling me? The buck stops with him. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm very disappointed with the way SEBI works. And I've been saying this for a long time. The NSA co-location scam, nobody has gone to jail because these guys write flawed orders. They could not put the word called fraud, F-R-A-U-D, in the 1,000 crores fine that they levied on NSE, of which not even 1 paisa was paid. This is how good SEBI, which is supposed to be arguing for the public shareholders, is. The stock market, in my opinion, is a complete joke in India, and it's a very shallowly listed stock market. And then with people like these people, having 8 shell companies, each buying and selling the other company's stock, dubious, modes of operation, just to keep the shares up, and then that will draw in some retail investors. And at the end of the day, all of them will be given nothing. It is my contention that LIC, State Bank of India, and many other publicly run banks also are carrying on their books worthless pieces of stock. They are not even worth the cost of the paper that is used to print those certificates, assuming they have certificates. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.